This is 7 News.
Tonight, a car explodes. A man burnt in a suspected arson attack in Perth South. Perth's big fog. Flights disrupted and more fog could be on the way tomorrow. A bullied teenager's chilling warning for all parents. And the verdict on a Star Eagle and the Dockers captain.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Rick Ardon.
Good evening. A Canning Vale man is recovering in hospital tonight after he was burnt in a car explosion. Police say the car was deliberately set alight. The man was trying to put out the flames when the car suddenly exploded. Geof Parry reports.
An explosion rocks Dennis Way in Canning Vale. One of several as a Nissan dual cab utility goes up in flames. The owner already lying injured after being caught in one of the blasts. Steve Davis's 14-year-old son Corey shot these pictures.
It was a big explosion, and in fact the people across the road came over and they actually thought someone banged on their bedroom window to make it vibrate. That's how big the bang was. Jesse Walker lives round the corner.
Came around in big flames, probably higher than the tree.
Arson investigators believe a flammable liquid was poured inside the cab and a fire started on the back seat. Police believe it was a low-intensity fire burning inside the vehicle, but when the man got to the car and opened the door, there was a burst of oxygen, and that's what caused the explosion. Glass windows and flames blew out around the vehicle's owner. He's received 3% burns to his face and throat. And detectives are also investigating another four-wheel drive fire just round the corner in Nicholson Road at the same time.
They both are four-wheel drive vehicles, both owned by separate owners, so we don't believe that there's any link between the owners. It's just subsequent that the vehicles were in the area.
Geof Parry joins us from Royal Perth Hospital now. Geoff, how's the victim of that arson attack tonight?
Rick, he's lucky and in a lot better health than first feared. The hospital tell us that he's in a serious and stable condition, or serious but stable condition. His burns not as extensive as first believed, but burns to the throat and to his face, so he's been treated here in the burns unit of Royal Perth. Now, we understand when the ambulance this morning first went to pick him up at the scene to the Dennis Way house, they found him in a shower, whether he'd put himself there or someone had put him there. The burnt-out vehicle itself in a vacant block across the road. Now, the house, we understand, is rented. The owners say that they thought the tenants were away. Rick?
Thanks, Geoff. International flights had to be diverted to Kalgoorlie and Adelaide after thick fog settled across Perth this morning. Some passengers were delayed more than 5 hours. The fog settled across large parts of Perth, and as Sally Bowrey reports, the same could happen tomorrow.
Now you see it, now you don't. Perth Airport this morning, visibility 100 metres. Fog forced a flight from Malaysia to divert to Adelaide. An AirAsia flight from Bali aborted its landing in Perth twice before diverting to Kalgoorlie. Passengers were stuck on board for hours. There's no customs in the goldfields.
We didn't get told anything by any of the staff on the plane, not offered a drink, nothing.
They just had the door open, but we weren't allowed off.
Hell of a long time. We've already missed one connecting flight, so I had to hit the pocket and buy another flight on another airline.
It's been a long night for these passengers arriving home from a red-eye from Bali. They're back in Perth 5.5 hours late. Mother Nature can't be avoided, but the cost to airlines can, says aviation expert Geoffrey Thomas. His solution, technology used in Europe and the US, which allows aircraft to land in thick fog.
We're so remote. You know, the alternate to Perth is Exmouth or Adelaide. It's a long, long way away, and you've got to put people up in hotels. It's a very challenging scenario and a damn inconvenience.
The fog lasted 3 hours. Clear overnight skies, calm winds and moisture in the air, the reason behind it. It happens around 9 times a year. The Weather Bureau says this morning was unusual because fog covered every suburb in Perth. And similar weather conditions tipped for tomorrow mean it could happen all over again. Sally Bowrey, 7 News.
The parents of a teenage cyberbullying victim who ended her life after years of torment have gone public as a warning to others. They've given 7 News a copy of the video message she recorded weeks before her death.
Sign after sign tell Olivia's story of how she wanted to be a normal teen, but had her self-esteem crushed and sense of worth destroyed. The bully's taunts began in grade 6.
At prep and everything, she used to always be smiling and everything.
Olivia then escaped into the blogosphere, where the random and disturbing comments only made her feel worse.
If you're fragile enough and there's overwhelming support to do something, I think that's what just pushed us so far.
Parents Kelly and Warren say the 19-year-old hid her pain and the blogs.
Yeah, it's just so difficult to see what they're doing.
Her friends and health professionals also didn't read the signs. But adding to their distress, the PENPRAZE family learned only after Olivia's actions that this video was posted online by her already 2 months ago. Olivia may not have been able to talk, but her message was clear.
It would have been nice if someone could have been anonymous and just got to us some way, just to give us a little...
A heads up.
Yeah, and we could have even shown it to the doctors.
Child psychologists say fellow bloggers can no longer ignore obvious signs.
If you see someone who is clearly distressed, one, we should reach out to them and say, are you okay? It is up to us to try and get them the help that they need.
I'll miss her because she was more than my daughter. She was my best friend. We used to do everything together. Shopping. We're always going shopping. So it'd be hard.
Any young person suffering problems can contact the Kids Helpline on 1800 55 1800. Margaret Decker, 7 News.
A waiter at a Miami bar where Matthew Newton was arrested has told 7 News the actor was drunk but not out of control. The troubled star could be banned from the US if he's convicted. A dramatic car chase through Brisbane has been caught on camera by the 7 News helicopter. Thieves in 2 stolen cars sped through dozens of suburbs in a chase that lasted 2 hours.
There's a police vehicle directly behind him.
There were some heart-stopping moments as cars mounted the verge and narrowly missed pedestrians. The occupants of one of the cars were eventually arrested at a shopping centre. Perth police have started trawling through Facebook looking for planned parties that could get out of control. They're trying to shut them down before they start, part of their crackdown on wild parties. 7 News was given exclusive access to the police operation that's helping restore order in the suburbs. Grant Taylor reports.
Let's go! Another weekend and another Perth party spirals out of control.
Yeah, we'll get locked up. Get him on the ground. Come on.
Our cameras were given exclusive access to Operation Sieve. It's the police crackdown on wild parties, showing zero tolerance to drunken troublemakers who've been turning suburban streets into party war zones. For the past month, the riot squad, mounted police and canine unit have been working together, rapid response teams pouncing on parties at the first sign of trouble.
Get in it and go.
Their objectives: shut the party down, disperse the crowd and arrest anyone who wants to stand and fight.
You're under arrest. Disorderly conduct.
These pictures were captured by special 7 News cameras strapped to the heads of mounted police officers.
Get going, move.
800 kilos of horse and effective way to clear a crowd in a hurry.
And you will, if you want to stand in front of one of these, feel the extent of what a horse can do.
But police aren't just relying on brawn to solve the party problem. Intelligence officers have also been trawling Facebook. If a party gets advertised, it's shut down before it even gets started.
The party's over, so you need to make a move.
Over the past 2 months, police have attended an average of 6 parties every Saturday night.
Step it out. Now move it. You've been told. Move.
This wasn't even a big party, yet there's 12 police officers here, 4 paramedics. While they're here dealing with something like this, they're not dealing with the real crimes out in the street. The state government has promised new laws to help police, including tough penalties for party hosts. Senior police say the changes can't come quick enough. Grant Taylor, 7 News.
Stay with us. Coming up after the break, how Australians are remembering the Titanic journey a century on and helping families cope with dementia. An investigation into a large fire at the Fremantle port yesterday has failed to find how it started. The blaze destroyed 11 shipping containers, some of which contained oil. It took several hours to extinguish because authorities had to work through a maze of containers stacked on top of each other. The damage is estimated to reach $500,000. The fire is not being treated as suspicious. The federal government has admitted Australia's aged care system is letting down hundreds of thousands of families living with dementia. A report commissioned by the government says fixing the system will cost at least $500 million. A week before the centenary of the sinking of the Titanic, a cruise ship has left the UK to retrace the doomed voyage. Australians are among the 1,300 descendants of victims and Titanic enthusiasts who dressed up for the memorial cruise. Basil's here now with Easter Monday sport, and what a thriller at the MCG, Baz.
Yes, Geelong again, Rick, 8 in a row over the Hawks. Also the verdict for Matthew Pavlich and Beau Waters, and decision time. Does Eagles veteran Andrew Embley need surgery? I'll ask John Worsfold. And the miracle shot that helped make Bubba the master.
Oh, what a shot!
Incredible. Ross Lyon, Fremantle coach, will join me live tomorrow night. Hope you had a great long weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Here's Rick. Good night.
Thanks, Baz. After the break, where to find Perth's cheapest fuel, and Natalia with the weather.
Hello, Natalia Cooper with you. It was beautiful today once that thick fog cleared, and Perth could be blanketed again tomorrow morning ahead of a couple of hot days. Currently it's 22.5, relative humidity 77%. 27.5 was our top today, and that was after an overnight low of 13.7. The reason we saw all that fog this morning was thanks to clear overnight skies, calm winds and some moisture in the air. Temperatures around the metro area today were mostly in the high 20s. Northern was the warmest. It got to 30 degrees out there. And around WA, it was mostly fine across the southern half under the influence of a high. There have been some isolated showers and storms in northeastern parts of the southwest land division. Tomorrow, it's warming up. Geraldton going for a hot 36, Albany 31 degrees and Bunbury heading for 29. Let's flick over to the satellite now, and that high will continue to bring the fine weather tomorrow. It's going to be warmer with those northerly winds, and on the east coast it's not looking as nice. A shower or two and 17 in Melbourne, a possible shower, windy, and 19 in Sydney, and down to just a degree in Canberra tonight. On local waters tomorrow, southeast to northeast winds 8 to 13 knots, tending north-northwest 5 to 10 around midday. Winds will shift south-southwest 8 to 13 knots in the afternoon, and southeasterly 5 to 10 in the evening. Seas to half a metre and swell to less than a metre. So that fog could be back tomorrow morning. Then it'll be a sunny day, a top of 34 after a low of 16. Mostly sunny and 33 on Wednesday, 29 for Thursday, and the chance of a shower on Friday, but it's looking pretty good after that. And before I go, happy 60th wedding anniversary to Frank and Gwyn Thomas of Como. That's all from me. Good night. Here's Rick.
Thanks, Natalia. Hope you enjoyed the Easter break. That's all from the 7 News desk for now. We'll be back with updates throughout the evening. Now, here's Monica with Today Tonight.